Greetings ladies and gentlemen, I have a special video for you today. It will very likely be news to you because the tool I'm about to present here is brand new and hasn't really been advertised yet anywhere. All serious progression raiders in pretty much any game use tools to check their performance and monitor their stats in fight. In SWTOR we cannot say we have many available. We do have Combat Log Analyzer and a couple of tools that are still active and available. Today's most popular is called Parsec. It offers to players regular updates and introduces new features often and with good pace, or used to. There is a new contender for the King's throne, made STAR Parse. This is a brand new tool. It combines pretty much all of the basics and much needed tools to monitor and analyze combat logs, live or post the boss fight. It has a cool sleek design and integrated graphics. Its author called it a next-gen parser, and after using the latest alpha version, I do believe his words. The tool has a lot of potential. It really has most of Parsec's tools, plus a few new and useful ones. It is in very early stage of development yet, so we're about to see a lot of new features and improvements hopefully in the near future. Let me tell you a couple words about the creator. I contacted him to ask of his plans regarding STAR Parse. The response was exactly what I was hoping for. He is known amongst friends and the community overall as an IXALE. I apologize if I read the name wrong, you know I'm not good with names. A nightmare raider and a number junkie. He stated a few of his main goals he has set for STAR Parse in the near future. Provide all the basic stats, abilities and information that can be extracted from a combat log file. Decent benchmark tool for solo checks and team play comparisons. Provide the community with useful tool to help the players with tips and timers in combat. He firmly wants to be distant from STAR Parse, and the only touching point he sees in the future between his tool and this website could be a direct combat log file upload, which would be nice. Let's wish him good luck and dive into the user interface of the tool. We will see why I'm starting to like it over Parsec, and why I believe it has its right to be called the next-gen parser. Whether I'm right or wrong, you can judge me after I finish this overview. Alright, this is the second part of my video, where we will take a deeper and more serious look into the user interface of the new parser tool. We'll see what's new, what's needed, and what it has to offer. Installing it is very similar to the process that Parsec is using. It loads up fairly quickly, and this is the basic user interface of the program. The only way to scale it up is to go over to the bottom right corner and then stretch it as far as you need. There is not much of stretch options inside. Everything has a set size. Going over the menu, we have File, where we can open old logs, and we have recent logs. For some reason I couldn't log 5 of them. I'm not sure if that's a bug or maybe I was doing something wrong. This is the one log that I tested live in combat after I started using the parse, and these are 3 old random logs that I've loaded just to test. Settings. Very simple settings menu, nothing much that you can change or you need to change. Log directory is automatically picked and it's the default one. Display last parsed logs, the default is 5. Display last opened logs, again 5. Red groups, this is where you create your groups. I've created one test group. Very similar to the way it works in Parsec. You pick a name, a password. If you're creator and owner of the group, you choose an admin password. I forgot to mention this option, resolve local clock offset when the application starts. That's nice to have your local clock. Second one is the interface. There we have the overlay menus. Pretty much all the basics are covered and we see them over here. You can move them. At the moment you're not allowed to reskin them, recolor them, make them more transparent or less. And as far as I can see, there is no option to resize them as well. But the author is promising a lot of new changes, especially about these things. They're going to be rewritten and reworked in probably the next version or the one after that. In the raiding menu we have the group and again settings, and this is the same settings we've seen before. If you click the question mark, you will see the changelog. The first version 0.4 or the previous version 0.4 came out in August, and the latest currently, as of making this video, is 0.5, which is from the end of September. If you have questions or suggestions or anything else, there is the email to write to. The same two buttons as available in Parsec are also present here, parse and raid. If you want to locally parse, you can just click parse. If you want to raid with a group, you can click raid. They seem and look and behave in a very similar manner to the other buttons on Parsec. What we can do now is load a random log. Let's check this one. There we go, here we go. On the top left corner we have the basic stats, and because my monitor screen is a little bit too big, I've stretched it more than what I should. There you go, now it looks more decent. APM, DPS, HPS, effectiveness, threat per second, damage taken per second, HDPS, another effectiveness for this stat of course. And this is something I can't really figure out what it is, ABS. But that's not really important. On the bottom left side we have the fights. And if you like to, you can include the trash. You will notice that the trash is marked with slightly different color. Or I should say the bosses are marked with bold and deeper black. The main interface. This is a very useful tool. When you highlight the fight you need to check, you will see specific phases into the fight, and then you check the specific phases, your behavior and what you did, so you can compare whether you did good in this specific fight or whether you have to improve something. We have a lot of tabs, and they're mostly the same or the similar looking ones, providing similar information like in Parsec. The graph is extremely useful. It's very similar to the one on SWTOR Parse, and now you don't have to go to the website, which is, by the way, still down at the moment of creating this video. This slider is also present here as it is in SWTOR Parse. If you double click on the timer, the graph will change and it will display the specific numbers for this moment of the fight. To go out to the whole combat fight, for the whole boss fight duration, you go and double click on the upper road. Overview, DPS chart, HPS chart, and all the other charts are available over here. Let me stretch down so you can see more of the information. Going to the next tab, we see abilities. Then if you remove target type, you have the same table of abilities as in SWTOR Parse, the most used table. So you can see which one you're using the most, which one does what kind of damage. Oh, surprise, I've been playing apparently combat. And I have 100% crit with Blade Storm. It's boringly easy to do that now. You can divide it by target type if you prefer, and then instance. All kinds of filters and tools. Healing. Well, let's see if I can open a different log, because I do no healing in this pack. What do we have here? Okay, let's check on Bestia. This is a log from my Sentinel. There is the healing. What have I done? I played Watchman in Bestia and I have some minor crappy heals. If you click back on the overview, you will see some graph on the healing part here now. Damage taken. Again, you have 3 available filters down below. Healing taken. Combat log. This is the normal combat log as it is written in the text file. It's just fashionably colored here, so you can easily get a glimpse of what's happening, when and how. Very useful. You have a lot of useful filters up there with all these ticks. Again, very similar to Parsec, but to my personal taste, it's presented better. All targets, and then you can click, type something specifically, like for example, if you're looking for adrenals, There you go. When did you use an Arduino? Which type was it? When it started, when it finished? Very useful filter. And this is the rate tab. I believe the only way to display the rate tab is if I use the live parse that I did. I was alone. I didn't invite anybody else because I didn't want to bother the other guys in the group. Don't forget to take a quick note on the overlays. That's how they look. There will be a lot more modification options in the near future. Hopefully the very near future. And just take a look at that. Hands, cafes, droids, fingers, Brontes burn. The faces of the boss are actually displayed and titled. That's cool. Let's see what we have for Raptors. Normal fight, DPS, that's a challenge. I'm not really sure what's wrong with this. I died or we wiped. The fight is only 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Don't pay attention to the numbers. My Sentinel is not very geared. Well, he is well geared, but he is missing a little bit. And that's pretty much it. On the bottom left corner you will see the exact location of the text log. Yes, my name is Alexander. It's nice to meet you for those of you who didn't know it. It's not a secret. Very cool looking design. The biggest issue, I could not make it appear on OBS. For one reason or another, the only way to display it was to capture the whole monitor, the whole screen, and then crop it on the sizes. That was a very annoying method, and I would like to see and explore a possible option for OBS implementation in the very near future, because that's important for streamers. Maybe it was me, maybe I did something wrong, but I tested everything in all possible options that I could change around, including in the similar way that I was displaying Parsec on my streams. It didn't work for Star Parse, but regardless, this is a very early alpha version and we have a lot more to see in the near future. That's all. Let me know if you like this overview, and when you test this new tool, let me know what you think. Let the author know what you think. I really have high hopes because I do like the approach and what's been done so far. I would really like to see beta and, who knows, maybe one day a finished product. Bye bye everyone, I will see you with the next Star Wars: The Old Republic video.